The palace was calm, peaceful, for a brief moment, but calm is a fragile thing. And in places like this, even joy can carry a shadow. It began in the children's quarters. One by one, the noble-born toddlers and young pages began showing strange symptoms: sudden dizziness, pale skin, loss of appetite, and an eerie, glassy gaze. At first, the nurses blamed the summer heat. But when the third child fainted during play, a different name was whispered. "Call Mao Mao." She arrived without a word, already tying back her long sleeves. She examined the children calmly, methodically, checking their pulse, their breath, the color beneath their fingernails. It wasn't fever. It wasn't foodborne. It was something else. In the corner, she noticed something the other physicians had ignored: a tray of small clay toys, recently gifted, still damp with dye. She picked one up, sniffed it, and immediately narrowed her eyes. "Who delivered these?" the nurse stammered. "They were brought in with the summer offerings. From a southern merchant, the same ones we used for the Emperor's Day Parade." Namo crushed part of the toy and ran a tincture test in the basin. The water turned green. Lead compound. Used in cheap pigment to brighten colors, harmless to adults in small doses. But to children, absorbed easily through sweat and skin. "It wasn't illness," she said coldly. "It was negligence." She burned the rest of the toys that night herself, then spent hours treating the children with gentle binding tonics, drawing the toxins out slowly, carefully. No one saw her cry. She didn't. But in her silence was fury, not loud but steady. The next day, the official registry quietly banned untested goods from entering the children's wing. No apologies were issued, no blame assigned. But every guard, every nurse understood. Mao Mao didn't seek punishment. She only ensured it wouldn't happen again. That night, she sat under the same yulin tree watching the children from afar as they laughed again. She exhaled slowly, letting her shoulders drop. "Let them grow up without knowing this happened," she whispered. "That's enough." When the sun dipped below the horizon, the afterglow painting the sky in hues of lavender and orange, peace returned to the palace. For now, the threat of harm vanished, the children slept soundly in their beds, their breathing soft and even. But in the stillness of the night, a different kind of energy stirred. A chill wind whispered through the corridors, carrying with it the scent of rain and a hint of decay. It danced around the pillars, rustled through the silk curtains, and seemed to whisper secrets to the sleeping children. They stirred, their tiny fists clenched, their brows furrowed as if fighting unseen battles in their dreams. In the heart of the palace, where the Jade Emperor's throne once stood, a single figure stirred. His eyes snapped open, reflecting the flickering candlelight. The bandages around his chest creaked as he took a shuddering breath. His gaze, sharp and intense, scanned the room, taking in the intricate patterns on the ceiling, the ornate golden pillars, and finally the empty space beside him. Where once his consort had lain, now there was only a lingering scent of lotus and the faint imprint of her body. With a grunt, he pushed himself up, ignoring the searing pain in his ribs. He knew that pain all too well. It was a dull ache that echoed the emptiness within him. He rose unsteadily, his movements stiff and slow, each step a testament to the toll his imprisonment had taken on his body. He walked to the window, the cold glass pressing against his palm. Outside, the palace gardens were a sea of inky black, the playful laughter of children replaced by an unsettling quiet. The wind sighed through the trees, carrying with it the scent of rain and the whisper of forgotten memories. Memories of a time when the palace walls had echoed with joy, when his consort had walked these very halls, her laughter tinkling like wind chimes. He closed his eyes, her face rising before him like a phantom. Her gentle smile, her eyes that shone with kindness and wisdom. The way her hand had rested on his arm, a silent promise of love and support. A choked sob escaped his lips, echoing the torment in his soul. The wind carried his sorrow to the heavens, mingling it with the falling rain. He was not alone in his grief. Every raindrop that fell from the sky was a tear of mourning, every gust of wind a lament for a love lost but never forgotten. But even in the depths of despair, a spark of defiance flickered within him. He would find her, he vowed, his voice a hoarse whisper against the roar of the storm. He would find her and bring her home.